Hello my loves, hope you're okay. Now I thought I'd come on and do a little video diary. I don't quite know where this is going to take me, I don't know how long I'm going to do it for, but I decided today that I wanted to start wearing a continuous glucose monitor to track what my glucose levels are doing. A couple of weeks ago, me and Mr. Ridley decided to start on a bit more of a, not strict keto, but a bit more of a keto way of eating, which is essentially most of your calories from fat, then protein, and very limited net carbs. It's not no carbs, but it's limited carbs. And this is a protocol. This was designed by a doctor called Dr. Sara Gottfried. I think she actually goes by the name of Dr. Sara Szal now. And she recommended a device called the Keto Mojo, which is this. And this is a pin pricking device, which I am familiar with. When I was pregnant with my son, we had to go and do, in Switzerland, it's mandatory is the wrong word. It's normal, 27 weeks for you to go for a glucose test. I was expecting it to come back absolutely fine. You fast and then you drink this hideously sweet glucose solution, and then they test the sugar levels in your blood after 1 hour and after 2 hours. Now at the 1 hour point, my levels weren't doing what they should be. There was kind of an anomalous result, and after 2 hours it was fine, but they were slightly concerned, so they made me from that point onwards prick one of my fingers 6 times a day, kind of before and after every meal at set intervals, to kind of test what my glucose levels were doing. And I had to be very careful with the amount of carbs that I ate. And I remember it was just before we were going on a trip to Lake Como, and they said you absolutely can have no more than a third of your plate as carbs. You can't eat a full pizza, not a full plate of pasta, forget the ice creams, which was slightly devastating. And I did adhere to it because obviously, you know, I wanted to keep Baba healthy. So I became quite used to pricking my fingers and testing. I did that all the way up until our son was born, and I think in that time I only had two readings that went above what they should have been. So I was never really convinced I had gestational diabetes. Anyway, so fast forward to now, I got this Keto Mojo, and this tests for ketones, your ketone levels, and also glucose. You have one of these, I don't know what this is called. You prick your finger with this, and you have a little test strip. Well, you put the test strip into the top of here, and then the test strip like sucks up the blood, and it can read your ketone levels and your glucose levels. And I did this the other day, and I was quite shocked. My ketone levels were low. It was 0.2 one day, 0.1 the other day. And to be in ketosis, you need to be 0.5 or above. Being in ketosis means basically your body is burning, it's using fat for fuel rather than glucose. And to be healthy, we want to be able to switch between the two. Our body will always prefer glucose because we can get the energy quicker, but we need to be able to flip between using fat and glucose for fuel. And I suspected that my body hasn't been doing that for a while, and that's why I'm holding on to lots of fat around my abdomen, which is not healthy, and I know it's not healthy. Added to that, you've got perimenopause, where your insulin levels are kind of going up, your insulin resistance is increasing. So I started. So my ketone levels weren't great, but my glucose levels also were not great. And I didn't like it. So I decided, right, I am going to go and get a continuous glucose monitor to really track exactly how my body responds to certain foods, how it responds if I don't sleep well, how it responds to exercise. I just wanted to understand, individual to me, what was going on. So we did a bit of research. The lady whose protocol we were following, the keto protocol, she recommended this, the FreeStyle Libre 2, and the wonderful glucose goddess, who if you're not following, you really should, she's brilliant, she also recommends this. Now I went on the website, you can order these, in the UK you can order these, this pack was £51.74. If you are diabetic, you can get these on prescription, but I am not, so I paid for it £51.74, and this lasts for 2 weeks. So what I thought I'd do is, I thought I would open this and figure it all out in real time with you, because I don't know what I'm doing. So let's go. Oh, and just to say, I actually, because I'm super impatient, you can go on the Abbott website. Abbott is the company that manufactures these. You can go on the website and order direct from them, but it said 5 to 7 working days, and I'm just not a patient person. So I went into my local Boots, which does have a pharmacy, and picked this up, but they only had this one. So they did say in future, you know, probably best to order, or, you know, you might have luck with your pharmacy, but I think it's a pharmacy that you need. So you get this, which I think is, you've probably seen the adverts that you put onto your arm and it like suctions to your arm. I think there are little needles here, but it's not supposed to hurt. Like this thing where you prick your finger, you think that's going to hurt. It doesn't. No idea what this is. So these are the 2 things that came in the packet. And these are the instructions, so bear with. Let's see what we're doing. I like to read an instruction manual, Mr. Ridley does not. Oh, it's just a series of pictures. Can you see that? The light's so bright. Hang on. Step 1, select site. Step 2, wash site using a plain soap. Dry and then clean with alcohol wipe. Don't have an alcohol wipe. I'm sure it'll be fine. Oh, actually, I do have some. I have something that I use for washing I might be able to use. Peel lid completely off sensor pack. That's helpful. It's labelled. This is the sensor pack. Unscrew cap from sensor applicator. So this is sensor applicator. This is sensor pack. Line up dark marks on sensor applicator and sensor pack. On a hard surface, press down firmly on sensor applicator until it comes to a stop. The sensor applicator out of sensor pack. Sensor applicator is ready to apply sensor. Place sensor applicator over site. Push down firmly to apply sensor. Gently pull sensor applicator away. Make sure sensor is secure. Discard the used sensor pack and sensor applicator. See disposal in the user's manual. So my loves, I am going to pause this video and I am going to go and wash my arm. And it looks like the side, I was hoping to do it under my arm, but it looks like you kind of got to do it on the back of the arm, I guess. I guess it would mess with things if it was like hidden. So I'll go and do it on the back of my arm, and I think I'll do it on the back of my left arm because I'm right-handed. I'll be back. Right, I'm back. I've washed my arm. I found this surgical spirit. I use a really tiny amount of this in one of Nancy Birtwistle's recipes for kind of clean, non-toxic cleaning products. Says you can use it on your skin. I mean, I don't drink alcohol, but I'm sure a little bit on my skin for 2 seconds is going to be fine. So, oh, crikey. I'll put a bit of that on a cotton pad. I'm trying to figure out where I should actually put this. Where's the back of my arm? There. I hate that smell. It smells of hospitals. Right. Okay, we are ready. Back to these steps. Right, we've done that. Peel lid completely off sensor pack. Sensor codes must match. And sensor pack and sensor applicator. Code G04, code G04, they match. Super. Right. Unscrew. Oh, crikey. Right. So that's the applicator. That's what that looks like. That's what the other thing looks like. I've forgotten what that's called. The sensor. Line up dark marks. That's not very clear to me what they mean. Line up dark marks. Right, there's 3 little, can you see there's 3 little gold circles in there? And there's 3 little black circles in there. I'm going to match those two up. That's the only thing I can think that it's talking about. Yes, right, that worked. So line up the gold circles on one to the black circles on the other. Line up dark marks on sensor application sensor pack. On a hard surface, press down firmly on sensor applicator. Can you see what I'm doing here? So I'm putting this on my desk and pressing down. Okay, that was a definite click. Okay. Lift sensor applicator out of sensor pack. Sensor applicator is ready to apply sensor. Sensor applicator now contains a needle, which it does. Can you see that silver needle? Not very easily. There is a needle in there. Okay. Do not touch inside sensor applicator or put it back into sensor pack. Place sensor applicator over site. Like here? I don't know where to put it. Do not push down on sensor applicator until placed over prepared site to prevent unintended results or injury. I don't know. I don't know if that's the right place. I think we're just going to have to go for it. Right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Oh my God. Literally could barely feel it. That is nowhere near like an injection. Okay, don't know if I've put that in the right place. There we go. We did it. Ever so slight burning sensation now, but honestly, you could barely feel anything. And you watch people do this, don't you, on the Tinterweb, and you think it's really going to hurt. It didn't. And it's not, like, it doesn't protrude that much from the skin. Right, well, that's terribly exciting. So that was that. Gently pull the applicator away. Done that. Make sure sensor is secure. Discard the used sensor pack and sensor applicator as per the user manual. Although I don't think there's no needle, so I assume that doesn't need to go in like biohazardous waste. Right, that's that. And then the next thing I need to do is get the app, but I need to look what app. I've forgotten. I don't think it tells me on here. No, so bear with, another video. Okay, my loves, the app was super easy to set up. It's called the FreeStyle Libre Link app. You've got to enter your name, an email address, the country that you're in, set up a password, and then it was set up very, very quickly. And then it says, tap if you want to scan your device. So I just held my phone up, the top of my phone to here, and it very quickly registered. You've got to have Bluetooth connected on your phone, and then it came up with a screen saying your device will be ready at 7 o'clock. It's 6 o'clock now, just gone. And I read something that said it's because what this is reading, it's reading the glucose levels in the fluid around your cells. There's a name for it, I can't remember. I'm not going to try. And it takes a little while for your body to kind of calibrate. So they give it an hour so that your reading's more accurate. So I've got to wait an hour. So in an hour's time, I'll come back and check my phone and see what my readings are. And the idea is that I think it takes readings every minute. If your phone is within distance of this, it takes readings every minute. It's doing this via Bluetooth. At night time, we turn the Wi-Fi off in our house, and I put my phone into airplane mode, so it won't be connected to this when I sleep. As I said, I'm not diabetic, so I don't need that for these purposes, and I don't want it to disrupt my sleep. So that's something that I checked that I could do. Yeah. So there we go. So I will keep adding to this diary as we go on. What I'm going to do is like take a reading before I eat, show you what I eat, take a reading 1 hour and 2 hours after I eat, if I remember, and see how this goes for the next couple of weeks. As I say, this is supposed to last 14 days. You can shower in it, you can bath in it, but it says like don't submerge it too deeply, not for more than 30 minutes. So when I have a bath, I might just keep my arm a bit raised. Like, I can't even tell it's in anymore. It's really not bothering me in the slightest. yeah, so let's see where this journey takes us.